Hey everybody, welcome back to DuckmanCycles and VW Garage. I'm your host, the Duckman. We're back today with my Beetle and my hidden hinges. And I gotta say that I've been getting a ton of requests about this. You know, when are you gonna do the next part, Duckman? Well, we're gonna do the next part today. As you probably saw in the beginning of this video here, about 30 seconds or so, I sawed off those hinges. I actually put the hinges into place here, and I took a measurement of approximately 3/4 of an inch that I wanted them to stick out to, so that way they can go into the doors when we put them on. So they're now cut off. They both look pretty good. The bottom one is a little longer than the top one, which I don't think is going to matter a whole lot because I'm going to be doing a little bit of welding on this stuff, so there's play in it, and that's okay. That's okay. But what we're going to do now is, well, before we do anything, I'm going to ask you to like, comment, subscribe, and plug that dingle bell. That way you get updates every time that I upload a new video. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to take that door and we're going to put it on here, and we're going to see just what kind of fitment we've got and what we're going to have to do to make adjustments to make it fit. So let me go ahead and fire up the GoPro. And yes, I actually did get the GoPro working properly, or at least I found a workaround for its stupid problems. The only trouble is it requires me to babysit it a little bit more. Let's see, is it recording? Yeah, right now it's recording. It's actually doing what it's supposed to do. Sound check. That will go ahead and coordinate the sound between both of these videos, so I know they're both running at the same time in the same sequence. So let's go ahead and grab this door, get this thing over here. And remember, I've got them little plates that screw in here. Let's see how this thing fits on here. I haven't put this door on in a long time, especially not with any hinges. It should go in here like this and close. All right, not bad for a first fitment. Looks like right here at the bottom is good. I can pull this out just a little bit and weld that hinge in there. And then the top one's sticking out. You know what? I can't see it, but you guys can from the GoPro. This hinge that's in here is not going deep enough into the door. So what I'm gonna have to do is the plate that's in the top up here, I'm gonna have to grind it to clearance it a little bit to make those two fit together, so that way this door goes into the car just a little bit more on the top here. Once that's into place where it should be, then I think I can get these things welded in. Well, looking at this here, I think this is gonna work. I think it's gonna work. The bottom one looks like it's already where it needs to be. I'll just pull it back a little bit, put in a little piece of wood shim. That way the door is right where it needs to be. And then with the plate and the hinge, which go together, butt together kind of at a 90-degree angle, I'll run a weld down both the inside and outside of those. And that should get that in place where it needs to be. Now, of course, those plates have shims that go behind them. So if we need to lengthen the door, you can add a couple shims. If you need to shorten the door, you can remove the 2 shims that I've already put in there. I was thinking ahead. That's right. But it looks like the way I've got this set up is you can put a maximum of 4 shims to push the door longer, and you can remove all 4 shims to make it as short as possible. But right now, I'm going to put 2 shims in there so it's in the middle. We have a median. And we'll get these welds started. Anyway, as I said, like, comment, subscribe, plug that dingle belly, and check out duckshit.net. That way you can see all my different social media links. If you haven't subscribed to my Instagram yet, or actually followed as they call it, you should, because that's where I put a lot of my updates when I'm not doing videos. So anyways, yeah, we're gonna roll that intro, and then we're gonna come on out here and continue working away on this thing, making some adjustments to this top hinge. And if we get lucky today before the sun goes down, and I don't have a whole lot of time, once again, I've got like 2 hours. But if we have enough time, you just might see this door get pulled by its handle and swing on these new hinges. So here's hoping. Thanks for watching, you guys. Boy, I'm so glad for this new microphone. All the dogs in the neighborhood are barking at the same time, but you guys aren't hardly going to be able to hear them. Well, here's what I just did. I cut that slice out. So that way that hinge should butt right into this, and then I should be able to weld it across here. The bottom one, unusually, it's damn near perfect. I don't think I have to change that at all. I will have to shave the outsides of it though, so that way this clip that's in here can move around in case we do need to change it to a different spot. If this is good, if this sucker goes right in there like it should, then I think we can go ahead and start tacking it in. And that's going to be the trouble. I have not looked at the inside yet up close, but I think it's going to be a little tough getting in there, getting the welder. And I'm only going to need to hit it in a couple of spots, just kind of get it started. Open the door up and support the door, not putting the full weight on it. So that way my welds don't either break or bend. And then disconnect the screws, pull them out, and then try to get the welds finalized, or at least strengthened up enough that way I can mount the door back up on there and then finish welding it. So that's where we're at. Well, let's go ahead and put you back on the tripod and let's get this door shoved in there and see if she fits. Okay, here we go. Taking this door and putting it up in there. Boy, I sure wish there was another handle on this side so I could pick them up like this. You know what? My suction cup would be a great time to use this, but no, I don't have it immediately available, so we're not using it. Put the door in its hole, shove it in, and then in here. All right, for some reason it looks worse than it did. Something didn't go in like it should. Okay, it doesn't appear that it's the hinge holding me out this time. There's something else. Oh, there it is. Just wasn't in right. Man. All right, you know what? I think I just about nailed it. Yep. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to shove some shims, wooden shims down on the bottom to hold the bottom of the door out to keep it straight when I get this thing finalized here. But there it is. That door is now in place where it needs to be. It's adjustable. You can look down the side of the car and you see it's smooth. No more gutters, no more hinges sticking out. Well, the whole door needs to be adjusted and brought out this way. But it's a good thing that I built adjusters into this so that way you could do that. Let's go hop inside and see what it looks like from the inside. I have not seen it in person yet. You guys actually saw it before me because I was using the GoPro to look at the inside. But now the door is in place. Should look all right. Let's go ahead and hop right in here. This is a little tricky to get in here because I'm such a big monster guy. Looking at the hinges on the inside, right here on the bottom one is going to be, well, it's almost flush with the inside skin of the door right here. It's almost perfect with it. Now I was going to make some kind of cover for it. I don't think I have to. And the upper one is recessed so far in that this notch that I took out of it on the inside skin, I probably didn't even have to do. At this point, I'll probably make some kind of little cover or something to go over it. It doesn't need to be too fancy. It doesn't need to be a big deal. It'd be nice if it's even just a little magnetic thing I could just click in there. I don't have to weld something into place, something that gets painted body color to kind of hide it. But it's really nice that that hinge on the bottom is the only one that you're going to see. And I thought these things were going to stick out a whole lot more than they do. But man, that one on top is so far recessed, and the bottom one is just perfect. And if I grind into that plate a little bit, I can actually push the hinge into it a little bit more, and I could probably put a cover over that too, just the same. Anyway, whatever cover I wind up putting over these two, I'll make them identical. It doesn't need to be a big deal. It doesn't need to be, I don't have to put too much thought into it. Let's just make it so it works. And it's going to be beautiful because, well, it's on the inside of the car and you're really not going to see it. Because when you're sitting in the car, your head is going to be at about this level. The upper one's going to be buried and you'll be looking out the window. Yeah, this is, this has really got me excited. All right, now, the next thing is I got to get in there with the welder, and I can see already that the top one, there's no way in hell I'm getting in there with the welder. So what I think I'm going to do, this is just a thought, but I might just drill 3 holes through this and then stick the welder in there and try to fill them up, try to plug weld and see if I can get it started. That probably will work. I don't see why not. Either that or I'll cut, a couple notches into it this way and then build the weld up on the inside. I just got to get the hinge stuck. I have to get it tacked on there so that way when we swing the door open, I can finish up the welds on it. And the bottom one, looking here, let's see if I can take the camera off the tripod so you guys can get a little bit closer. But it looked like there's a big enough gap right through here that I can probably get in there with, well, maybe not, now that I push the hinge into place. Now I might have to do the same thing with this one, cut a couple notches or a couple holes or something and just make it work. More or less it's where it needs to be though. This is nice. This is really nice. Okay, happy days. Let's get outside this car and pull the door back off and see what we can do about making some holes for, well, some kind of plug welding. That's going to be tricky. I'd put screws in it, but I would be a little worried that the screws would break off or wiggle in their seats, causing the door to not be straight. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do a little thinking about this as I step outside. Anyway, we're outside. I'm going to be pulling this door off, and I've got my fan running, and I've got a big monster fan over there. I'm going to leave it on and see just how well the microphone picks it up. It's kind of a sound check at the same time while pulling off the door to see if it's acceptable to be running while I'm recording or if I should be shutting it off. Okay, let's see what we got here on this door. I'm thinking what I probably should do, and I don't have it here, what I should do is I should be getting some silly putty or some Play-Doh or something and kind of wadding it in here and putting the door back on and finding out just how well the hinge here fits flush against this plate, where the gaps are going to be, and give me kind of a 3D visual for the parts that I can't see. And even that might help a little bit. Swing that open and hold that up. You know, I might just do that just for mental math, but okay. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Let's see what else I can do. We're running out of time. It's already starting to cast the light onto the houses across the street, which means the sun is very, very low on the horizon. But let's see how much more we can get done today. All right, I made a couple adjustments to the hinge. I'm just gonna shove the door right on here right now. It's starting to get a little dark and I need to go to the hardware store anyway to get some wooden shims. I don't have any, I can't find them. So I'm at a stuck point. And since we're gonna run out of daylight anyway, somebody riding a dirt bike down the sidewalk. Yeah, that's an intelligent thing to do. About 30 miles an hour down the sidewalk. Anyways, I'm going to go to the hardware store to go ahead and get some shims. If I had them now, I'd just do it. Because I don't have them, if I turn around and went to the store now, by the time I get back here, it would just be pitch black. So we're just gonna round everything up, put it all away, and I think it's gonna be it for today. So let's go ahead and put that door right back where it belongs. It's so nice that the door goes back on here when it goes into storage tonight. It actually fits a little bit better than it did earlier. A couple of adjustments that I made were actually good for it. Everything just fits better. The door actually looks better than it used to, which is kind of weird. Even up here, this gap, this is my dirtiest, darkest secret on this car. Right here, I do not like the way this turned out at all. Right here, this curve. And now that it's fit the way it is, this gap fits so much better than it did. Well, I don't know, but we're just gonna go with it. That was kind of an accidental repair. Anyways, you guys, if you're watching, like, comment, subscribe, pluck that dingle belly, that way you get updates every time I upload a new video. Hopefully, you know, weather permitting, we'll be back again tomorrow to put the welds in the door hinge. And hopefully we'll be able to swing it open and closed for the first time ever under its own weight. And I'm really excited for that. And hell, I really want to do it right now, but there's just not enough daylight in the day. As you know, I'm a daylight worker. I don't have my own shop. When I have my own shop, it'll be a different story. As I'm going to start working on Gregory, by the way, when this goes away from here, I'm going to put a big shop light inside so that way I can work inside with Gregory even when the sun goes down. So I can do as much as I can now. Because it's summer, of course, daylight lasts longer. I try not to work too late. I don't like running power tools late and keeping people awake, but I don't mind doing some fitment adjustments, you know, and a little bit of welding here and there when I can at night with a big shop light in there. And of course, with a big shop light, you'll have some wonderful light, which means I can also run my camera. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.